Boom, 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 boom.
Two guys, two worlds. This is the flip side. New episodes uploaded on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify every week on Wednesday and Saturday. Now, here's your host, Jason and Noel.
Host, Oral,
That's what I said, you
Jason,
nincompoop.
Boom, 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 boom.
How you doing,
Good,
Jay?
good. Yeah. Good evening, guys. Welcome to another horrifying evening of BS and random shenanigans here on the flip side with Jay and Noel.
That's
Yeah.
beautifully put. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Well, good morning.
Ah,
What kind of coffee are you drinking?
today I am enjoying a delicious blend of hazelnut
Oh,
coffee, medium roast.
same.
Yes,
But
it's our favorite flavor,
because of this podcast, I think oh,
combined by Delight hazelnut creamer.
see, that's what I was about to say. I think because of this podcast, because I
Mm.
need to be rushing to be on the microphone,
Yeah.
my taste has changed from putting cream and sugar to just going black. And once you
Yeah.
go black,
Black kape,
I've
kape, kape.
I feel like I'm maturing here. I put the French press back in the kitchen, so I'm not here
Yeah.
to
The
show it to you.
French press is the best way by far, or at least I believe, to drink coffee. It's either a percolator or a French press.
What's a percolator?
Percolator is like a mini steel shit kettle where the coffee's
Yeah,
inside, the water's at the bottom,
right.
and basically the way it is, it
It's
steams the coffee thing down, back down, basically.
steams it back down,
Yeah,
so it's
when
really
it's boiling, but it's good. I don't know. It's big in Italy or Greece, the way they drink coffee, percolator and whatnot.
so then you're drinking like not the residue, but you're getting it from the steam, not
Correct.
from
I
straight
think
from.
that's how it works. I'm not sure. Whatever. Am I
Well,
sounding okay?
yeah, you're good. Never tried. No, I was just about to say that with the French press, I like it when it's a little dirty sometimes.
Yeah, with the grain on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people like may probably want it clean, but
No,
so-
no, no, no. I like the grain.
yeah, the
I
grain
like the surprise.
makes me feel like a man.
Yeah, yeah, I
And yeah,
guess.
if I need a punch in the face, yeah, French press would probably be the way to go because
Yeah,
the we have a drip machine also here. There's we got the little filter, and then I have to put the filter on the thing like really gently like that, and kind
yeah.
of, and then I'm like, I need a punch and a kick in the face. A little stronger would be good.
It feels too watered down.
Put some
The
muscle
drip
into it.
coffee.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I mean. So the French press to me has a little more muscle to it.
right.
Well, it's funny that I'm like feeling like a coffee connoisseur all of a sudden, but a couple of years ago when I started drinking coffee, I was like, as long as it's not black,
Right.
and I get to put a little bit of cream and sugar, and then like I was saying, past couple of weeks and months, I've been going back in and out about drinking just black coffee.
Yeah. Same here. Like there's days where I just needed black. Um, but am I sounding muffled?
A little
A
bit.
little bit, right?
That's why it's better that you don't talk, and I'll just monopolize the whole podcast. People could just listen, so
Jesus
they're not
Christ.
so.
All right. Sounds
Right.
good.
With the what do you call this? With the
French
black
press.
co- French press black coffee. Just funny lang. I'm just trying to say lang that within the past couple of years, feeling like a connoisseur. Like I feel like I could taste the difference now if it's dripped or French press.
Yeah.
Or I can taste the difference now if it's black or it's got cream and sugar and stuff. So
Well, there's
you were
definitely a big difference. I'm sorry, say that again.
nah, I was just trying to say that I couldn't really tell the difference that much. But now I guess as much that I'm drinking it, I could taste if
Right.
it's a Starbucks coffee or if it's made at
Absolutely.
home or whatever. But quick question for you. Do you put cream in just cream, no sugar?
Correct. No
Mm.
sugar. And sometimes there's, like I said, there's days where I don't even put cream. Is that better? Oh,
Uh,
well, hi.
same.
Oh, thanks, baby.
Hello, little visitor.
She gave me a candy. She put it on my desk.
Time goes by fast, man.
I know. Don't remind me. What was I saying? Yeah, so there's days where I just have black coffee, and there's days where,
Mm.
you know, it's okay. But we actually went through the whole change drip coffee and then um instant coffee and then drip coffee and then those little K cups. Remember those K cup coffees?
Mm.
Yeah. So we had those, the whole machine and whatnot, and then just gave it away because
K-cup
it
coffees.
sucked. I
Too
think the
much
K cup was just horrible.
because
I mean, it was okay, but it's not light, but it's not strong enough. It's literally in the middle, you know?
oh
Yeah,
the
parang
the
bitin yung lasa.
the timpla, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
one time I was feeling, oh, gotta, get into the habit, and I kind of like what I'm doing, kind of thing.
right.
I brought French press to a campsite.
Well, we do that all the time when we go to the beach or camping or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
We do that all the time. Yeah.
But you're probably doing it with a car. We're like on a motorcycle where like you
Oh
really like
yeah.
every gram of weight is really sort of accounted for. Um, no regrets, but it was one of those things where I could have maybe lived without it.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
when we took the motorcycle all the way to Baguio, 250 kilometers, like 3 days on the
You and
motorcycle.
Chris in the motorcycle?
Yeah.
That must have been rough going up.
What do you mean?
Like the motorcycle was okay to carry both of you guys going up?
Yeah, but there were parts na I don't know how to describe it. It was slipping, parang there were little parts like quick moments on the because there's an incline. If you guys are not familiar with going up to Baguio,
I
um
am.
oh well, maybe for the listeners, the first four from Manila, you're on the lowlands for majority
Right.
of the your trip, and then the last how many kilometers is Cannon Road? Or no, how many kilometers is Marcos Highway? Anyway, the last few kilometers, about an hour ride up, is all incline, uphill,
Right.
zigzag going up to the mountain. So about somewhere half of that, you the motorcycle throttle would start not the throttle, but you could feel that it would the belt would slip because
Yeah.
just to maintain that incline speed,
Yeah.
you're adding more gas, but at the same time, it's like they call it slipping or sa Tagalog parang dumudulas. So if you're familiar with motorcycle uh machinery, which I'm not really, but there's this thing they
No,
call
I'm not. Yeah.
CVT. I don't even remember what it means, but interestingly, it's not like it's not a chain. It's actually
A
a
belt.
a rubber belt. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that actually can slip.
Right. Definitely.
So,
Because the belt it only has like little ridges in the inside part.
right, right, right.
Um, it's just like same thing with a car. It's called the timing belt for the car. You know what I mean?
Mm, mm,
But it's the same thing. It too much, it slips. Like,
mm,
that's what happens. Yeah.
mm.
But
So my cousin was telling me we were riding together on the first time that I went up. He's on a manual with a like a metal chain and everything. He tells
yeah,
me need to slow down or stop and let it cool a little bit because it gets slippery when it's really hot.
Correct. And then it'll break.
So fully loaded, two people on the motorcycle,
Oof.
and it's a 125 cc. So it's really
Jeez.
a city
It's a
motorcycle.
city bike. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But my ego and everything, I was like, oh, I wanted to be able to do it. I wanted
Yeah.
to, I mean, it was more practical maybe to take a bus or what, but the fact that, it's just one of those things like, let's
So
do it.
on a motorcycle, 100 cc's from where you are, where you gotta guess? Milpitas? Is that where you are?
Oh, Las Piñas, Las
Oh, Las
Piñas
Piñas to Baguio. That's what, 6 hours?
by car.
Oh,
And yeah, I think some people, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen some like motorcycle vloggers do it like in 9 days. In nine
nine
hours,
hours.
9, 10, 11, 12 hours. That's like straight driving. You just maybe stop to eat and pee real quick.
How long did it take you?
2 days.
Get out.
Stopped over the friend's place in Pangasinan.
Right.
Oh, Pampanga.
Well,
Pampanga. Sort of half
from your place to Pampanga is only like what, 3 hours by motorcycle, right?
6 hours for me.
You know what? I'm thinking the motorcycle is like a big motorcycle and thing.
No,
It's
no, no.
it's not. It's literally a scooter.
No, yeah, that's right. It's literally a scooter, but the thing to think about on that travel is that we don't get on the freeway. We'll call it the highway here. I don't know if it's the same thing for you,
So
but
you take the back roads.
got to take the back roads. We're not allowed to be in the. It's funny though. I think other Asian countries, is there a limit for your freeways there for about the size or speed of the motorcycle?
Well, the speed limit applies to whatever vehicle is running on the road.
Okay, so we can go minimum of the speed limit, but I'm not really familiar why they don't allow 125 cc or their limit is 400 cc. So that's like
In the
a
freeway.
on the freeway. That's a really
Yeah,
big.
because I think it's the maximum speed would be a lot higher, obviously.
No, you mean the minimum speed? Oh, maximum speed? Yeah,
Maximum
no,
speed. For a motorcycle, it's just, I mean, for a 400 something cc's, it's obviously a lot faster.
right,
Like,
right, right.
what's the speed limit at the freeway?
Kilometers per hour though, it's like 60. What I don't understand is that's the maximum, but I would
Right.
keep you from the freeway because you're too slow, not because you're too fast. So that's what I was saying. We can keep up with the fast cars. The I mean, no, we could keep up with the cars that are going average speed reasonably fast. So what I'm saying is that I don't know what the danger is because we're going fast enough
Mm-hmm.
that we're not going too slow. That how you drive too slow and you're more of a danger to the other motorists because you're driving too slow.
Right. So in the freeways over there, the speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
That's right.
That's
Uh,
roughly what, 40 miles per hour?
gosh,
That
give me
is
a
slow. What's the
yeah, maybe. Let me see how that.
37 miles per hour for 60?
Oh, okay,
Jesus, that is slow.
okay, yeah.
For a car, or is there a different speed limit for cars or motorcycles or what?
No, 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 no. It's the same. But I guess yeah. Come to think of it, yeah, that's slow.
That's extremely slow.
That's right. No, I'm yeah. Actually, yeah. It is slow. Come to think of it,
Right.
if you put other motorcycles up there. No, I just thought of mentioning it because there are, if I understand correctly, and I'm not 100% sure. I think Hong Kong and Taiwan, if I'm not mistaken, I see motorcycles of the same kind of CC with ours. They allow low speed motorcycles up there.
Hmm.
The worst ones though are the e-bikes. Those are the
Right.
ones that I
Right.
get really annoyed with now, um, as a motorcyclist because they're slow enough. They're so slow, which is fine, but they tend to be like three wheels. These e-bikes that I'm talking about, not they're two-wheeled e-bikes, but
Right.
there's one that's really selling now.
The
Um,
trikes, the
the
trikes.
trikes, yeah, and they're so wide, and they're the ones that are really slow. But anyway, going back to the freeway, there's a slow lane. You can stay all the way to the right.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see how that's a
Like on an average freeway over here, it's about 65 miles per hour, at the maximum supposedly.
mm-mm.
Yeah,
But so are they allowed to be? I mean, if the maximum speed is 60, 80 kilometers per hour, that's really slow. I mean, usually we could go
yeah.
100. Um,
There's
but are you
there's also a limit, like like 50 cc's are that's a really slow
are they not allowed?
scooter that's not allowed in the freeway. Maybe 125 cc's that's allowed in the regular streets or highway,
Yeah.
but on the freeway it's not. It has to be like an actual like big bike motorcycle that's allowed in the freeway.
So big bike would be 400 for you guys also?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
But,
for us,
whatever a Harley Davidson is, something like that, or
oh,
or like a motorcycle.
let's segue. Speaking of Harley Davidson, the other day when I was sort of shooting this little vlog about my fraud, how I'm being investigated for fraud
Right.
because of the app that I was using the other day. We could talk about that too if you want to. But
Yeah.
anyway, while I was shooting, I kept screaming about like ang ingay, like every time there's like a
I
really big.
heard that. What was that all about?
Is it part of the edit already? What do you mean?
No, it was. I heard you yell that in one of the thing while you're biking in the um
I was bitching about the loud motorcycles, the
yeah,
loud, loud,
okay.
loud big bikes. Just like your Jeep Gladiator. Just a little bit
Stop
of.
going back to my Jeep.
I'm saying
Jesus.
there's a little bit of jealousy there and envy. That's why I'm just bitching about it. Anyway, so that's what I was complaining about. And then, so I maybe I did that like 10 times on the video, right? My
Mm.
super secret blog. And then on the way home, like kilometer away home, 5, 10 minutes away from the house, there's a Harley Davidson. Just sounded so sweet that just.
Right.
And then so at the first 10 times that I was saying ang ingay, like I was really upset that
Right.
it
Right.
was so
Right.
noisy when this Harley Davidson, the last 5, 10 minutes getting to the house, ang ingay, ang ingay, and then it looked so like customized and pretty, and
I
you
mean,
know,
the Harley Davidsons are amazing bikes, though. It's insanely expensive, but it's nice. I like it.
would
Yeah.
you pay for the sound?
No,
Is it the
no.
sound?
I mean, uh, honestly, I'm not a big motorcycle guy. I'm trying to convince my wife to hopefully allow me to buy 125 cc scooters
Mm.
so that I can drive it to work here and there. You know what I mean?
I've been meaning to ask you how far is work from your house again?
About 15 miles.
How long does it take you to get there with your car?
With my car, it takes 30 minutes.
Mm, 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 mm.
So roughly about 22 kilometers, maybe 24. Um,
Mm-mm.
Takes me about 30 minutes to drive. That's an average speed of about, I don't know, 60
That's
miles per hour.
sounds about the same distance from here, from Las Piñas to Makati, from where I
Mm,
am to Makati.
right. But I'm trying to convince my wife to allow me to get one
What?
because it's going to save me on gas. I could gas up that bike for 125 cc scooter or bike. I can gas it up for maybe $7. That's
Mm,
gonna last me the whole week to go to work and back because I don't need to take the freeway. I can take the back roads to work. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's gonna take me an extra 10, 15 minutes to get to work.
you don't
But
mind
it's
being out in the elements. You can't really be on your phone calling your podcast
no,
guests or while you're on the
yeah,
motorcycle.
I don't mind. I mean, with my truck when the weather's nice, the roof's open, the doors are off. So
It's gonna mess up your hair, brother.
yeah, no man. That's the problem there.
You got to get a helmet, and that's the thing that I both love and appreciate and hate about riding on a motorcycle. I like it because it reminds me a lot about scuba diving, with all the little tiny cheche boreche gear.
Mhm.
But sometimes, like you got to put your gloves on, you got to put the balaclava on, you got to put the helmet. And it's like so many things, not like getting in the car. You just get in there and go.
Right, right. Because I mean, I think I'm gonna be okay with it if I drive it. I don't know if my wife is scared or I don't know, but it's pretty nice for like $1,500. It's actually a pretty decent bike. You know what I mean? It's like one of those, like for example,
Which one are you looking at?
hold on,
Let me have a
like
look. Send me a link
I know, hold on, relax, 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 relax. I got you, I got you, I got
while I take a bite off of my peach
you. Yeah,
cupcake home baked by Chef
like
Christine. What?
nice.
Cup? What?
So I actually want, I like this one. I just sent it to you.
Tumbler. Cobbler. Peach cobbler.
It's like
Okay.
150 cc for
Wow.
this one.
It's so
You know,
you. That's
all
so
right.
you. That's so you, Jason.
I
That
know,
that is so you. I mean,
and
I
it's
don't
only $1,600.
listen, if you guys are just catching up to Jason and I, we met each other back in high school. We haven't really caught up or talked to each other for the past 20, 25 years.
25 years, I'd say.
And so we're sort of catching up now. And based on how I remember this guy, with a picture of the motorcycle that he's interested in looking at right now, classic looking scooter,
Right.
with like, are those leather seats?
Yes, they are, baby.
And
It's
it's
it.
got that body. It's like almost like a Vespa, complete with a box at the back.
Yeah, and it's $1,700, 16.99.
And here it
Or
is.
this one.
Hold
I
on,
just
hold on.
sent that one.
Okay, that one's nice too. But I gotta mention the wheels with a white rim.
Hey, come on, that's the classic look. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
retro look.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You really got to find that. There's you. That I'm trying to compliment you here, not trying to insult you about your Jeep again, which is a slap in the face kind of compliment. You have a way with your style that
I
you
mean,
just have to find that touch. You seem to find that if we were all in a prom and I was just wearing a plain suit and tie or what, you'd be the one with you'd have
I'd
a
have
little something.
full blown tuxedo.
No, not just a tuxedo, but you'd have what do that's
Oh,
that thing that you put on the chest, corsage.
like a yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
corsage, yeah.
You'll have one of those, and I wouldn't. I'd just be just men in black, plain black. You know, you'd be yeah, you'd have
I'd
that
be full
corsage and
blown, man.
full blown and like three-piece suit, like vest and everything.
Right, right.
For me, I'd be like I came off of Quentin Tarantino's gosh, what's that movie
Kill
with
Bill.
no, 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 the first one that he came out with that was really with Harvey Keitel. He was an extra. They were talking
Oh,
about Madonna in the beginning, like a
yeah. Shoot, I can't remember.
like a virgin, and they had like a little monologue about that.
Was it Pulp Fiction? No,
That was another one after that. But yeah, okay, Pulp Fiction will do. You know what? John Travolta and
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson were wearing. That's the kind of suit I would be wearing, like really cheap uniform looking
No,
suit.
no.
So that's what I appreciate about you, man. In other words, you pay attention to it. You make it a big deal, or it's important to you, but it's not
Of
annoying.
course, it's important.
No, no, no. But what I'm trying to say, you're doing it in such a way that it's not annoying.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Because sometimes it's like, come on, dude, let's go,
Right, 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 right.
get
I
dressed
mean,
already.
it's these scooters or whatnot. It's like the one that I sent you. Take a look at that. That's about what 150 cc's.
Is the second one that you sent me manual or is that
They're all automatic.
automatic
Yeah.
150 cc? That second one looks like a beast.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's called the Beast.
Bintelli, never heard of that, but it looks good. That's the type that I would go for. So the first one that
Right.
you sent me, can we rock and roll? That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
That's what it's called.
Rock and
It
roll.
has that classic retro look. That's what they were going
Uh.
after in that one. Which is why I like it, you know.
Yeah, I can
But
imagine you with a helmet. Uh, yeah,
like the one that you have, that's what 150 cc's,
no 125. Yeah, there's another.
125.
Yeah, there's another variation 150.
So how much does like here for 125 cc's? It's probably about 15 to $1,700 um in price. Is that about the same in the Philippines? Let's just say 1550 times 52, maybe about 80 grand.
Yeah, thereabouts. Brand new, it's about 100, but yeah, thereabouts.
Wow.
I don't want to brag, but this drone that I have here, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I don't see
Yeah.
my face. Ooh. Oh no, I dropped the fan. It's the same price as the motorcycle.
Gee. Oh yeah, yeah. You told me about that. You mentioned that before,
Yeah. So
but that's crazy.
didn't realize how much more important the motorcycle is compared to the drone. But that's the
Right.
thing. I'm not willing to get rid of the drone. So attached to the cameras.
Right. Yeah. That's the hard part, though.
Because
You
if
know.
I sell the cameras or any of the cameras, I'll be like, what am I going to use to motovlog? I got a motorcycle, but no camera.
Right.
Like the activity is useless.
Look at this one, though. Jesus Christ.
You're looking at another one, a third one.
Yeah. I'm looking. Well, I mean, I just saw it. It's about $2,000, but it's not bad. I mean, it is not. It's one of those low rider motorcycle type things.
I guess you don't have any problems with potholes in your area, yeah?
No,
Being the richest
not really.
county in the
No, in my area, hell
in
no.
America. City Cobra electric scooter. Now,
Right.
I couldn't imagine you going electric.
No. Well, you'd be surprised. I actually now we're I don't know if I could trade in my Gladiator for another my Jeep my truck for another truck that's electric, I'd much
Mm.
rather take it.
Say that again. If you could trade it for an electric,
Yeah, but the exact same car.
really?
Yeah.
So you're an electric guy.
Now I am knowing the fact that the cost of filling up my tank is like ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know.
I
I don't-
I haven't bought into it yet. Not that I'm saying it's bad or that I don't care.
Right.
I'm more one of those guys that because I hear them on the street and they're
Right.
so quiet. It like it just it like I'm not used to not hearing anything. So here I am complaining about motorcycles that are too noisy, and then I'm complaining about motorcycles that are too quiet. I like that if I had it my way, I like them to sound, you know, normal,
Right.
discreet
Right.
with noise,
I
but
mean,
discreet, not annoying,
it's
which is what Harley Davidson sounds at the top
I'm not
end
I'm
of
not
the
like the
spectrum.
biggest fan of electric cars, but like for example, Teslas.
Mm.
Teslas are nice. I'm not a fan because the way Teslas are built, it just seems really flimsy, you know?
Oh, really?
I'm not too impressed. I mean, there's a lot of defects on a lot of the Teslas that are being sold out there.
I guess you're not talking about the engine, more the interior and the extra stuff
Yeah,
that goes inside.
correct, correct. Yeah, and the exterior. I'm not a big fan.
The
Although the Tesla pickup truck,
oh
the Rivian, those are pretty nice.
the um 60 in 2 seconds doesn't impress you.
Nah, I don't give a crap about that. Well, I'm 47. I'm about to turn 47. What do I care about speed? I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care about driving fast anymore.
I
I'm
was
at the
never
age.
I was never into that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before I was. I used to race cars. So, but
Mm.
but now I don't
Right, right.
care. As long as it gets me from point A to point B, I don't care
Mm.
if it takes. It'd be nice if it gets there quick, but most of the time, I don't care if it takes me like an extra 30 minutes to an hour to get there. As long as it gets me there.
Yeah, and for me, that's the whole point of driving sometimes. I like to drive slow enough that other people will see me.
Well, I don't know about that. It's slow enough that it gives me enough time for a little alone time type of thing. Like a me time.
Yeah. That's why I
Yeah.
feel special when you call me while you're driving. Like,
Oh, shucks.
oh, he's calling me on during his me time. But yeah, I didn't think you'd be into like looking into electrics. That would be the last thing that I'd have in my
Yeah,
mind.
no, I don't mind. I don't
There's a
mind.
couple of electric scooter. No, there's a couple of motorcycle vloggers that I kind of follow. It really impresses me that they can make videos like almost every day. Anyway, this guy, he had like a 1980s motorcycle before.
Right.
It would always break down. He'd complain about it so much, and that's why I was watching. And then on his next series of vlogs, he decided to buy a motorcycle, an electric motorcycle. And then I was like, I just slowly started getting bored with his stuff. What is this?
That's what I do when it gets warm and sunny out.
Oh, you can do this to your truck?
Yeah.
Bare bones. Oh, you could take the doors out.
Yeah. Take the doors out, take the roof out,
Nice. It's like a
which is
little
pretty nice. Yeah.
Lego truck that you have.
Yeah. Better it gets. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Arya, you scared Dada. You scared me. You're
Isn't she
eating
supposed to
candy.
be sleeping and not eating candy at this time?
It's 9 o'clock. She doesn't really eat a lot of candies, but when she does, it doesn't matter. Well, she eats enough, fair enough of candies, but she brushes her teeth at night. But she naps and then she goes to bed around 11 o'clock. You know,
Yeah.
Joe, can you please, Joe? Thank you. Get no respect in this house, man. Everybody just keeps bothering me. God, I need to build a wall right here and just lock it.
So I've been seeing, because I've been teasing you about your truck lately, I've been seeing more gladiators on the road lately.
In the Philippines?
Yeah. And
Really?
I was wondering, you were saying that the difference would be the bed in the back, the what do you call
Probably.
what do you
Uh,
call
The
that thing?
the the
Is it the bed?
yeah, the bed. Yeah.
Is there a variation? Is the Gladiator specifically the one that's longer, or because you were saying the ones here are shorter, right?
No. There's the shorter version, there's the longer version. There's
And they're
also
but they're all called Gladiator. Doesn't matter what.
yeah, there's different models. There's the Mojave, there's the Rubicon, there's the
Which one do you have?
sport. Mine is the low level.
Gladiator Sport.
Yeah. I mean the low level is still pretty amazing. But model wise, it's like a little bit above. So there's the Gladiator, then there's the Gladiator Sport, then the
Mm.
Mojave, Rubicon, so forth and so forth. Um, Mine is like the second from the bottom. From the bottom.
Listen, I don't know if there's anything else that you want to talk about, and if you want me to help you decide what scooter you want to get. But real quick, I want to segue this in, push
Yeah,
this in. Did you see the link that I sent you about another aviation accident here in the Philippines?
I
That's
did.
basically
I
basically the fourth one I mean, what is happening, guys? It is the fourth one in like 1 or 2 months that we have experienced an aviation accident. The first one was military. There
Right.
was, and then another two Cessna planes. By the way, as we speak right now, they're trying to figure out how to, get the bodies down from Mayon volcano, which is
Wow.
active. And I find if I heard correctly, it's like a kilometer or maybe like 300 something meters. The crash where they crashed is like a no-fly zone. They're not allowed to fly on that
Correct.
area. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So everybody's like trying to figure out why, or I mean the CAAP, civil aviation, or the investigators are trying to figure out how why they're flying in that no-fly zone. And then now a helicopter has crashed in Palawan.
Right.
It's
A
missing.
medevac helicopter
Yeah,
for that. You know.
yeah. So we're recording this on the 2nd of March. Now they crashed, or they were missing yesterday. They were looking
Wow.
for them, and what's
So
going on? Just
is this pretty much in the same vicinity? Not really, right?
no, no, no. This is all over the Philippines. So Palawan
Oh.
is southwest, almost towards China.
Going
Um,
back, sorry, going back to that, um, the plane that crashed in the side of my own volcano.
oh,
Did they go up there yet? Because when I was watching in TV Patrol, they were preparing to
right,
figure out how to go up there. So
right.
have they actually gone up?
Yeah, it took them a few days to get the permits. I think they're up, and
Right.
they were able. So there were there were four fatalities, three are down already, and they're as of now as we're speaking, and then the fourth body they're trying to figure out how to bring down also.
That's the particular plane that had those two Australians, right?
Right, right, right.
Yeah, I was following that on TV Patrol.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
strange
that
that
it's crazy. And then this one, when you sent it to me, I actually watched the whole thing as well, and it's like Jesus Christ, it's a medevac too. So now I'm
yeah.
like curious to find out, was it coming from a pickup, meaning picking up a patient or something?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
it is. They had five I don't know if you heard it on the news. They mentioned the five names. There's a nurse, there's a patient, there yeah, it it was. They were transferring the patient from one place to the other to
Wow,
another.
wow, that's just crazy. What's going on, man? It's so many plane fatalities or missing. Um,
Yeah. And I think I'm not in the industry, but this is like I've never heard of any aviation accidents. I mean, there are maybe one in 10 years every now and then, but aside from that, it's like four in like 2 months, which is
right.
just maybe bad luck or
Well, maybe it's I don't know. Maybe these planes and choppers and all that stuff, they're supposed to be inspected on a regular basis, you know?
yeah, yeah. I think we have a pretty good track record as far
Right,
as aviation is concerned, and mechanics in the Philippines are pretty good, I think.
right, right.
But I wanted to go back to the vehicles, the scooters and stuff. Do you like to tinker, or when you take the doors out and that kind of thing, you just go to a shop and have it done?
What do you mean for my car?
Yeah,
No, I take it out myself.
you could do it
Yeah,
yourself with
yeah, yeah,
the way it's made.
yeah. Well, Jeep has this things where they actually put hidden stuff in your car. Like
Mm,
some Jeeps have like a hidden boombox, like
mm.
a Bluetooth boombox. Mine had tools.
You,
So
but you knew about this, right? It wasn't a
yeah,
surprise.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you just have to find it. It's
Oh,
like
you have
mine
to.
was tucked in underneath the seat. The boombox for the other Jeeps is like right behind the back seat chair and all that stuff. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Does your
There's
truck have
also there's
plugs and
also a
everything
thing
inside?
for what's that?
Does your truck have plugs and Wi-Fi and all that stuff inside?
No, right? No,
Coffee maker?
no, no. There's just a microwave underneath the floors. You, yeah, but for Jeeps actually, they sometimes they provide you the tools and whatnot to take out the door or whatever. So mine had that, but when I take the doors out, I want to make sure that the weather is like not even close to any kind of drizzle whatsoever because it's a pain in the ass to put everything back on and off, you know.
Mm.
Yeah. Even
But
though it
but
takes me
one
about 10 minutes to take out all the door, 15 minutes to take out all the doors.
yeah, I was about to say one person can do it. Um,
Yeah.
you want to go down this route? Because I have another scooter story for you real quick.
No, I'm
And then
good.
or we could talk about my fraud.
Well, there's one thing real quick if you don't mind me going back. Um we were talking about coffee earlier. I don't know if you I ever told you I actually used to manage a Starbucks.
Oh, how did you get into that?
Well, when I first moved here to the East Coast, my first job was at a coffee shop.
As a barista?
Yeah. I was
What?
maybe
Wait.
22 years old,
Hold
21.
on. Hold on. So before you got into all the trouble that you got into
No,
on,
that's
during,
after.
and after college, what was your first ever job?
Uh, well, my first ever job was at a clothing store
Uh,
called, it's a suit store.
Bay Area?
Yeah, in San Francisco.
Uh,
I was 17
mm.
at Ceremony Mall.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I I worked at this suit store called J Riggins, right? So
Okay.
I started working there. I was selling suits and whatnot. And I was at the mall so much that I decided to get two other jobs, two part-time jobs at the mall at Ceremony. I worked
Okay.
I worked from open to 3 o'clock, which is typically about 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at J Riggins, the suit store.
Uh-huh.
And then I would work from 3:30 to 9 p.m. at the Gap. And then from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight, I'd work at Victoria's Secret.
What?
But yeah, I didn't I didn't work as a salesperson. I was a stock boy. So I would work for 2 hours at the closing of the store and organize stuff, open shipments, put it back out on the floor. I didn't work at Victoria's Secret during the daytime, like when it's open. When it's closed, I'm at the back doing stocks, basically.
You ever pick up any of your merchandise and be like, "Ooh, this
Come
one."
on, man. Of course. What are you talking about? I was working with a girl at that time who we're going to keep nameless. Um, she actually went to the same high school as we did at El Camino. She was a
Interesting.
she was a very um full woman, full figured,
All right.
not like big, but she was like very, very gifted in that area. You
As
know,
tempting as that sounds, let's move on to
move on.
how do you get you said you managed the Starbucks? You weren't just a barista?
Well, no, I was a barista first at a coffee shop in Bethesda, Maryland. Which the owner happens to own the Starbucks as well.
Mm,
So I was a barista. I moved my way up to supervisor, and then next thing you know, I was an assistant manager
mm.
after like 7 months. And then they moved me over to Starbucks.
Oh, quick commercial break. Speaking of Starbucks, I tried
Yeah.
to apply as a barista here.
Oh, really? When was
I
that?
mean, there's a nearby Starbucks, like maybe 20 minutes away near the mall, in the mall. And picky eater that I am, I wanted to apply because it's 20 minutes away. I could just walk there, and then they
Mm-hmm.
tell me that if I apply at Starbucks, I won't necessarily get that specific location. Like it's highly possible that I will be told to go somewhere else, even if I chose it because I live nearby.
What?
So I was like,
Oh, so it's probably an actual franchise Starbucks where the owner probably owns multiple Starbucks.
yeah. So I was like, from then on, from just from inquiring, okay, it's
Yeah.
not for me. So what
Although it
happened?
was fun, it was fun, and then making the coffees and all that stuff.
Mm,
But this was in the time where the designs that you make on your coffee, like the leaf, the heart, and all that crap,
mm,
that wasn't really a big deal back then.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, but
So
but it was fun.
you just slap it in and let it
Yeah,
go.
I mean, like you
I mean,
you you
you
s-
weren't an artisan.
fuck no, come on, man. I don't give a crap about that. Even now, I don't care about it. It's coffee.
How long were you a manager for then?
Um, well, so after that, I was managing that particular store for like 6 7 months, I think, an
Oh,
additional 6 7 months,
oh,
and then I left that job, and then that's when basically I started the hotel industry. You know,
oh, okay.
yeah, man. I didn't know you didn't know I worked at a hotel.
No, no, no. I think you told me.
Yeah, I was in the hotel industry for like 15 years,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah.
a
We
little bit
talked
more.
about that in one of the older,
Yeah,
on the
but
previous
anyway,
episode.
one of the last hotels that I worked at, they opened a Starbucks inside the hotel as well. So I basically opened that for them and whatnot, because I mean, it was easy working at Starbucks. I mean, honestly, it doesn't take a genius to do it.
Mm,
Although it's fun, and I made a lot of money back then working at Starbucks. I used to make like $100 in tips per day, at least,
as
and
a
that's working in like a 5 hour shift.
barista.
Yeah, that's just on tips, not including my $10 an hour. I think at that time. Yeah.
Which one did you enjoy more, barista or manager?
Oh, I liked being the barista better because I was working the bar, the coffee bar,
Uh,
being out with the people more.
right. I could
Typically, if
imagine.
you're a manager, you're the runner. You're helping everybody out behind the scenes. Like they need more coffee. I mean, milk in the fridge. They need more ice in the bucket, type of thing.
Mm.
As a floater.
And you're comfortable with admin stuff, right?
Yeah,
Paperwork
absolutely.
and that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I'm tired of it though. I'll be honest with you.
You like to get
Like,
not you want to get your hands dirty
well, I prefer to be
in the trench
there
in the
dealing on the
trenches. Yeah,
trenches. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like honestly, when I worked at the hotel industry, I loved it. I loved it.
Like in front of people.
Yeah, dealing with people, making decisions, dealing with attitudes all day long. Um, Having to make quick decisions in the snap of a finger. To please people, basically. Working at different departments of the hotel, from the restaurant to housekeeping to the front desk to sales to management. I did all of it. I started the first hotel I applied at was this hotel called Homestead Suite. It's one of those extended stay hotels, small hotel, cheapo
Cute,
hotel, whatever.
cute name.
Yeah,
No,
but I was
no,
apparently overqualified. So the only position that they could give me at that time was housekeeping. So I said, "Fine, I'll do it." So I cleaned rooms for like 2 months, and then moved my way up to laundry and then to front desk. You
this
know,
is after you've done all the other experience from previous.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is what's after. So working at the mall and then being a barista and then to the hotel industry and whatnot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where you started. That was your way into the hotel industry, you mean?
No, it was just separate. It was just separate.
No, no, sorry. I must have dozed off somewhere. But you what were you saying about? And that was the only one that was available for you to take. Um,
Oh no, no, that was just just to get my foot into the hotel industry.
right, right. Yeah, that's what I meant. So it was your first hotel industry job.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That was crazy. I mean, in that hotel, you see a lot of like husbands bringing their
kabit.
cabets, checking. They're like walking the front desk. Hey, are you guys renting your room for like, 3 hours. No, sir. We don't. We're not that kind of hotel. You
Short
know?
time.
Right, right. No, but they don't do that here anyway. But it's it was fun, and then you'll see like high school seniors trying to get a hotel room with their girlfriends. You know,
Nice. There are a bunch of hotels like, oh, what do you what how do you call setups like that? You know, if they have short time and that kind of thing. But it's funny.
like brothels.
The first few years those were popping up here in the Philippines,
Yeah.
you know, they were called motels and they were swanky, and you know
Mm,
that, you
mm,
know, husbands take their mistresses and high school seniors take their girlfriends too.
yeah.
But through the years, there have been a lot of similar hotels, similar setup. You know, they're short time, 1 hour,
Right.
2 hours, 3 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, depending on what budget you have and how much time you need. A lot of the marketing of the new hotels that have been popping up, they've been calling them like business hotels. You know, like they're marketed in such a way, and they're renovated and presented in such a way that, you know, they don't look raunchy.
Right. Right.
But the fact that there's like a 3 hours, one, you know, maybe one, no, no, not 1 hour, 3 hours, I think is the shortest one.
Right.
Uh, yeah, just it just reeks
It
of yeah,
it
from
gets really interesting what the kind of people that you see working at the hotels. You know, like
mm,
you'll see some absolute scumbags who will just trash your room, right?
you
Or
don't you don't get tired from interacting with all these people, different people
yeah,
every day, all the time,
yeah, I loved it. I think that was the best part working at the hotel industry. It definitely was for me.
talking to different characters all the
Yeah.
time.
So working at the hotel, I made my way up basically into and as time went by,
Mm,
I moved and transferred to, you know, better, higher level hotels.
mm.
Um
But
one of the hotels that I went worked at is called Hampton Inns,
oh,
right?
that sounds swanky.
It's not bad. It's maybe a 3-star hotel or a two, depending, right?
I can just imagine all the, you know, the whole sort of culture shock or culture differences that you get
Oh
from, you know,
yeah.
from this hotel to
Yeah. The difference is from the smell of the place and the smell of the people.
right, right, right. No, that's obvious, but just the sort of the attitudes and the lifestyle and the stories
It's
behind
yeah.
the people. Yeah,
It gets deeper, I mean, and better and better and better. The bigger the hotel, the bigger the brand. Um the attitudes are also bigger and bigger and bigger.
so well, yeah. What did you learn? Like, what did you learn how
It's
to be
it
successful?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I thought I was really good at it, but the best thing that I learned is how to deal and navigate people, if that makes sense.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
That's how basically I developed my, I wouldn't say I'm a people person,
Mm,
but you can pretty much stick me to any room and I'll find my way and navigate through being able to adapt to the communication, the conversations,
mm.
yada yada yada.
No, but
You know?
there would be a point where you know you're working at a hotel and your mindset attitude is probably up here, but the
Yeah.
hotel that you're working at is a little bit down here, a little bit below you,
Yep.
and then you're moving your way up, and then at some point it's going to get past you. Like the hotel is like beyond your pay grade, so to speak.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What
That
did you
happened to me.
what did you sort of learn? Like how were your eyes open to like, oh shit, these people think differently?
Yeah, there's one thing I learned towards the end because it that's exactly what happened to me. My progression from my experience was advancing quicker than
Mm,
the environment I'm in, right?
mm, mm, mm.
But at the last hotel I ever worked at, it eventually caught up with me.
Yeah.
And I was actually a little bit, I wouldn't say completely out of my league, but I was a little bit out of my league because I thought I was good at customer service and dealing with people. But at that level, holy crap, man, I gotta admit, um, it was the Westin Hotel, Westin.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the location because it's
Mm,
actually a 4-star Westin
mm,
hotel.
okay.
Um, and I was a front office supervisor over there,
Okay.
you know, and I jumped around from a couple of different departments within the hotel. And
Mm,
I thought I was actually good, which
mm,
I still think I was. But in comparison to that particular hotel that superseded my actual experience,
mm.
oh man, I was almost out of my league.
How?
You know
How?
what I mean?
What do you mean? And what did you learn?
The professionalism, the way you approach certain situations, how the way they can walk into a room or they can walk into particular lobby of the hotel and literally notice everything. Oh, that card it shouldn't be there. Oh,
A-
that guest is obviously looking for something. Oh, there's a bag
attention,
that's just sitting. Yeah,
attention to
details.
detail. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, and I was the front office supervisor at that hotel, but that doesn't mean I downgraded because as the hotel level goes up,
Yeah.
obviously the value of your position
Right.
may be different. You
Yeah.
could be an assistant manager at this hotel, but
Mm,
that value could only be a supervisor at the bigger hotel, which is what happened to me. Does that make sense?
mm. I don't want to deviate away from this topic. It's interesting, but it reminds me of another conversation I've been listening on another podcast that I was listening
Yeah.
to recently where they were talking about the situation with homeless situation and how it's not about money and lifestyle and that kind of thing. There's a lot of mental
Oh,
health
absolutely.
going on there, and
Yeah.
not to say that these people are crazy, but more because it's how they grew up, their family background, and
Privilege.
and no, no, I'm talking about how people, let's say, impoverished communities also, not to
Right.
say that they're crazy at all. What I'm trying to get at here is that I guess maybe there's a little bit of built-in tolerance there to be quote unquote to be poor. Um, because it's all mixed up with another conversation that I had with Christine recently. How she grew up in Tondo. She was like poor family, that kind of thing, and then
Right.
she sort of found her way up into the ladder also. And she was just telling me that she's been talking to some friends that once she started moving up, these friends that she was quote unquote parang leaving behind were like,
Right.
"Oh, you're successful already. Don't she'd invite them to parties or what, and they wouldn't go because they'd feel so
Inferior.
yeah, inferior. And I was thinking, like, if you have a successful friend, wouldn't you want to learn from that successful friend, hang out more,
Yeah.
and kind of find out? And then for her experience that she was saying was, parang they were practically like, sige, go ahead, sige," like sour graping, like, yeah, yeah, I know
Well,
you want to be,
s- sad to say,
you want to move up.
yeah, but sad to say, what she experienced, to be honest with you, happens more often than not. Because it's human nature to feel that way.
Mm, mm, mm.
As Because not everybody progresses in life equally, right?
Right,
And ideally, it'd be nice if somebody that goes up, you support them because that's what you're supposed to do,
right. So
and
just
hopefully makes you want to like work harder. But unfortunately, the jealousy factor just kicks in.
right. So I don't wanna tie everything together, but just little how my simple brain works. So sort of tying together the homeless situation and then the poverty situation
Mm,
that she experienced. Yeah, so the podcast that I was listening to recently was saying something like, there's more than just a money factor. It's like it's not like you just throw 1 million pesos, $1 million at them and they'll be fine and they'll
right,
move their way up and get
right,
themselves an education and blah blah blah. So there's a lot of things going on back there, like family background, parents, alcohol, drinking, drugs, blah blah blah, and how they grew up
right. Absolutely, absolutely.
versus
It's sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, no, no, no. And so circling back to your situation, like uh, I don't know how to tie it up, but I just kind of wanted to get something out of your experience. Like, what did you learn? What did you was there something about yourself that changed when you went through, you know,
The
climbing up the
progression.
climbing up the ladder? Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest thing that I learned about myself, just in full transparency,
Mm,
is that I was actually I was feeling a little bit prejudiced, not
what
towards me, towards others. And
prejudiced ag
I
ag
learned that about myself because
against the successful people? Prejudiced
no,
against.
against people in general and certain people's like customers.
Mm,
I judged them based on appearance,
ah.
characteristics at first glance type of thing, you know? And then I had that started happening towards the middle of my hotel industry career, you know? Well,
Mm,
oh, you don't look like that kind of a you don't look like a high value
mm,
customer or
mm,
client.
mm.
So, you know, I wouldn't be treating you this exact same way. And I caught myself doing that, you know? So I had to put a screeching halt into that and told myself, "Hey, you asshole, wake up.
Was
You're
there I'm
you're not
curious.
any better than those guys."
I'm curious, you're giving me the 30,000 views. Is there like a specific incident that happened that you got slapped in the face when you
So
realized that?
I used to work at a hotel called DoubleTree
Dub
and DoubleTree Hotel. I was a front office supervisor, and we had a group of Middle Eastern
Oh.
guests. Yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
mm, mm,
And there's different sides of the desk, and different areas, and it just turns out that the people behind them were regulars of ours who stay at our hotel quite a bit during the week, every
mm,
week for a long period of time. So there's a relationship that was already built in.
mm,
They happen to be white.
mm.
Needless to say, I kind of prioritized them too much instead of putting enough attention to the people in front of me, the guest in front of me who happens to be Middle Eastern. And I caught myself doing that, and it made me feel like an I kid you not. I say this all the time and I joke around it. I absolutely felt like an asshole,
Mm.
you know,
What
like
did you do?
literally the biggest asshole there because I was rushing to get them out of the front of me. I
Oh,
was rushing to help them, not really answering their questions properly, but just rushing to finish serving them.
you're trying to get rid of them, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
basically, so that I can help my clients already or whatever. And
mm.
it made me feel horrible, you know? I felt like absolute trash because I was literally being prejudiced to these people.
It's
I have to
interesting.
say, and I admit it's because of how they are, how they look.
It's interesting that you have that like sense of thinking about it, like introspecting. Is that the right term for it? That you,
Um,
because usually you'd be so busy. Did you think about it like in the moment or like
no,
the day
no.
after or the week after?
Like after, actually, now that I think about it, it's I didn't realize it until after I was helping our regulars, and
Mm.
then my coworker just goes like, like, dude, what was that about? I'm like, what are
Ah,
you talking about? You were
mm,
rushing to get them out of the.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
then I know he jokingly said, was it because of how they look?
mm, mm,
You know, even though I played it off, I probably said, no, God, no. But deep inside,
mm, mm.
I ended up at the bar that night drinking because, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Why am I thinking this way? It's never bothered me before. So I literally had to tell myself, like, hey, asshole, wake up. Get your shit together. Everybody's the same. You're not better than any of them. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yeah, it was horrible. But Let me tell you one story about. I'm sorry, I'm hogging the mic here. I'm so
No,
sorry.
please.
But there's this one story. I was working at another hotel. I cannot disclose where it is, just to let you know.
Mm,
But we had a client as well who's a regular. She comes in, checks in on a Sunday, checks out on a Thursday. And then she lives like at a different state, and she's just always at the hotel because she works at the business across the street,
mm,
and she stays at our hotel. And we built that relationship really, really well. Like we're actually like buddy buddies, right?
mm,
Um, and she was with us for I don't know, a little over 2 years where that's happening or whatever. But at some
does
point,
hold up? Does race matter here at any point?
no, no, no.
Mm,
It's nothing bad. It's nothing
mm,
bad.
mm,
But it's not that it's gonna matter, but
mm,
whatever.
mm,
But as time went on, sometimes she would bring her family, her husband, her kids, and we got to meet them, and it was cool. Like, hey guys, how you guys doing? Sometimes she would come in, check in on a Sunday, bring a gift, a bottle of wine, some peanuts or whatever, just
mm,
for us at the front desk
mm,
because we take care of them or take care of her. But as time went by, basically, she's pregnant. At one point, I was doing my rounds at the hotel.
mm.
I saw her walking down the long hallway, leaning on the wall, holding her stomach, her baby thing.
Okay.
Her water broke,
Okay.
so I basically helped deliver her baby.
Right there?
Well, luckily, I was a supervisor. I was already an assistant manager at that time. I
No time.
opened one of the rooms, the vacant
No,
rooms.
right, right. No time for
No,
ambulance.
no, nothing,
Wow.
nothing. I even have the I have the certificate that the hotel gave me or for appreciation for what I did or whatever.
But do you know what you were doing?
Hell no. It was the most
Wait, 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 wait.
beautiful thing I've seen in my life, but at the same time, it was disgusting.
Were you the only one there?
At first, I was the only one there. So I was helping her. So I opened an empty. So I panicked, right? We were at the hallway, and she's like, "My God, help me, help me!" So I dialed 911, and it's gonna
Yeah.
take a little bit to get there at the hotel. So I was trying to do a quick thinking. I know that the room that we were close by was vacant, so I
Uh-uh.
opened it. I
Right.
laid her down on the bed, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously I had to pull her pants down, her whatever,
Oh wow.
and that thing was crowning.
Oh
Like
wow.
like this part of the baby's head
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like right there. So I was
I don't, I thought
I
you
was
know.
yelling on the radio, like, "Oh my God, can somebody come here? I'm in room this and that."
I thought you would at
Our
least have 20 minutes when the water breaks.
I don't know, but I don't know anything about that. But
Yeah.
no, the baby was literally coming. So I was like, "Can somebody come here and help me, please?" Because this guest is
Uh-uh.
about to have her baby. I already called the ambulance and they're on their way.
Wow.
So for like 3 minutes, I was there trying to help with the baby pull out and whatnot, right? Maybe 3, 4 minutes later, the housekeeping supervisor came in and then
Yeah.
she basically took over. So I was just standing there assisting them at that point,
Also, it was
right?
a girl. It was a lady. It was a girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
So
woman.
the baby comes out. Oh, I forgot to mention during this entire process, even before the housekeeping supervisor came in,
Mm,
I had the 911 operator on the phone, on the cell
mm,
phone. I had her on
mm,
speakerphone, help talking me into what to do. I
mm.
had to go open up the mini fridge of the hotel, open a couple of bottles of vodka, and like on your hands and whatever.
Is that something that the 911 suggested?
Yeah, it's something to sterilize your hands. Yeah, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So like douse it with alcohol and whatnot. So the housekeeping lady came. Baby comes out, right? The 911 operator goes, "Did the placenta come out?"
Oh,
It's like,
okay.
it didn't. I don't know what it was. It's a sac at the end of the tube connected to your baby's belly button. It didn't. The operator was telling the guest to push to try to push it out. It wouldn't come out.
Sounds bad.
So the operator told me to reach in
Okay.
and pull it out.
Why you? Why not the housekeeping?
She's holding the baby.
Put it down. Oh my God.
On what? On what?
So you're the only. Oh,
I'm not. There's three of us there. Two of us trying to help her. The other one is laying on the bed. You can't. She couldn't put the baby down.
that's one hand, and then she has another hand to. No,
I don't know.
no,
She was
no.
holding the baby. I mean, come on. What do you want me to do? You know. So the
Af-
operator just goes, "Can you try to reach in with one hand, obviously, and pull the placenta out?" So I mean, I didn't go all the way in, but
yeah,
my fingers like
yeah. Wait. Okay. Aside from that visual, it's still tied to the baby. You haven't cut the.
correct. I couldn't cut it until the placenta sac is out, apparently, because you got to tie the end of that. And then the operator goes, "Take your shoelace off, soak it with vodka, okay? Cut the umbilical cord about an inch and a half from the baby, and then tie it with the shoelace."
And
So that's what we did.
gosh, if you didn't do that, is it
I
still
I don't
it?
know what the repercussions is. I
Yeah,
never really,
yeah. I was
but
wondering. It's still dangerous for the baby and the mother. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But basically, eventually, paramedics came in. They took her. Um, I had to be brought down by the ambulance and the housekeeping supervisor too. They had to like sterilize our hands and arms properly and all that stuff.
Mm,
And that was an experience in a lifetime. I mean, I'm that was scary. You know, that was really, really scary. But
nice.
luckily, mom and daughter, she obviously had a daughter, um, both healthy. You know,
Not
they
all,
actually,
all because of you.
well, me and the housekeeping nurse, but I mean the housekeeping supervisor. But the
Galing.
hotel, what part of the hotel name is Cascades?
Mm,
So hotel name, Cascades, and whatever. That's the
mm.
name, full name. So the
I could.
client named
Uh,
their daughter
Jason
Cascades.
Jason Cascades.
Oh no, yeah, right. I can't. I'm not gonna say the full name, but um, yeah,
Uh,
that was crazy, man. And then next thing you know, we get a letter from corporate hotel, whatever,
Mm,
saying, "Oh, you're here. Thank you. Yada yada yada.
mm.
Whatever."
Recognizing your efforts.
Yeah, gave us like I think $500 was like some kind of like a bonus type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever. But it
Well,
was it was a crazy experience. I'll tell you that much.
I'm,
Scary,
I'm
and it
thinking.
stinks. Jesus Christ.
I'm
I
thinking
mean, it
if that
wasn't
was
bad, but
if I were in your shoes, I might have been like, number one, where's my Jeep? I'll put you in my truck, or I'll put you in my Gladiator, and then number two, give me the baby, and then you do here's my shoelace, give me the
right.
baby.
I don't know. You gotta make a decision right there and then. But
Yeah.
at that time, I didn't have my Jeep yet. I had my Hyundai Santa Fe at that time. Yeah,
Wow.
but crazy, huh?
Don't you miss
Well,
it? Don't you miss that industry? That
all the time. I tell my wife all the. That's why I'm the one that convinced my wife to get into the hotel industry, and now she loves it.
oh, what does she do?
Well, she's a sales admin,
Oh,
but she
okay.
works from home.
Yeah. So is it something that you want to get back to, the whole hotel industry, or
Honestly, I do, but I feel like I'm a bit too old. You know what I mean?
Is there like an age limit for that or?
No, but with my experience, I'm not gonna go back into the hotel industry to be a non-supervisor or a non-manager. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Mm-mm.
do that.
Well, you can start your own Airbnb with your truck.
Jesus,
Put
can
that
you
for
give it up with the stupid truck?
jealous, man. I have nothing else to tease you with.
Come on, man. That's why we need to get paid here. You know what I'm saying? So we can buy more trucks.
I can't imagine helping out, give birth. Wow. What? But you're there.
Honestly,
What else?
if I just stood there and thought about it, I probably wouldn't have done anything. I was just more afraid. I was scared that if I didn't do anything, something really bad's gonna happen.
And then it'll be your fault.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
don't want that, you know.
Well, thank God for that 911 operator then.
Yeah, man. That was amazing. I was kind of weirded out with the whole vodka as a sterilizing thing, you know.
It's
That was
just
like that was different. I
just
never knew that.
quick think. It's like MacGyver, you know.
Yeah.
Very what's the word for it?
Intuitive.
Resourceful.
Resourceful, yeah.
You know, the vodka, the shoelaces.
Yeah. She was like, well, yeah, do you guys have a mini bar in the room? I'm like, yeah. Grab a couple bottles of vodka, open it up, sterilize your hand.
Yeah.
Are you wearing laces? I'm like, yeah. Take it off, douse it, use it. I was like, whoa, it's pretty awesome. Do you have scissors? No, I have a Swiss Army knife. Use it. That's what I used to cut the scissors at the end of the Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
That's what I used. I mean, I had to. She goes, douse it, put in vodka. I'm like, okay.
Galing, galing.
What? I was like, come on. We
Didn't
gotta find that.
you didn't poop or pee in your pants? No
No, but I got
repercussions.
hammered that night. That's for damn sure. I
Dude,
drank a shitload of vodka that night.
when my son was coming out, like when they were in labor,
Yeah.
I was just sitting on the no, the hotel, the hospital bed, staring out the window. I was like
Really?
deer in the headlights. Yeah, I wasn't even. I think they invited me to go in the operating room, but I was like, ah, no, 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 it's okay, it's okay. You guys know what you're doing. I'm not going to be able to help you with any way.
Did your wife have a C-section or?
We weren't married though. Huh? We're not
Oh, I'm sorry.
not a wife,
Did your
but
baby mama?
they tried. They tried. Yeah, because he came out like a couple of weeks ahead, so they
Mm,
tried to go natural, and then both of their heartbeats were going down, so they opted for a C-section.
got it. I was in the room when my daughter came out with my wife having a C-section.
Oh wow, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, wow.
I saw my baby come out and my face lit up. I kid you not. I mean, that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's yeah. I feel less of a man now from all that,
I mean,
from chickening
there's
out, from all that. Yeah,
it's really I don't know. I think I don't want to say it. Never mind.
you said you didn't want to say it. I think you should say it.
You missed out there
What do you mean?
on the delivery of your
Oh,
baby. Yeah.
did I?
Yeah, I think so. It's an experience that should be part of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
You know, you,
it's not for everybody, but
you know what I do regret though. Sorry.
what's
Please
that?
hold that
No, you're
thought.
fine.
What I do regret though that I didn't have the presence of mind. You know, unlike when we got into the accident, when I went back uh, conscious, one of the first things that I thought of was to get my phone out, camera, take a little video, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. So this one, when my
Hold on. What accident?
I'll tell you about it later. Hold on a second. What I mean is, let me get back to what I was saying. When he was coming out, or when they were in labor, I didn't have the presence
Yeah.
of mind to even take pictures. I thought it was something private or personal that I shouldn't like intrude on.
No, that's fine. I didn't take actual pictures of the delivery.
Listen, the nurse came out
Ah.
asking, say, "Hey, the you want to give me your phone? We'll take pictures for you."
Oh,
And then I was
why
like,
didn't you
"Oh,
say yes?
no, I did." I said, "Oh, you can do that? Yeah, yeah. Here's my phone." So I unlocked it, gave it to him, and they took photos. So yeah, so they, I was just so impressed by the fact that people have presence of mind at that. Well, they've
Yeah.
done it hundreds of times, but yeah, for me, I was just not tulala, not in. I don't know if
In
I was
shock. You
in
were definitely in shock. Reality check kicked in.
maybe, but I was. I
Now,
think no,
it's
no,
not
no.
maybe. That's what happens.
Well, I like to say that I was so appreciative of the moment. Like taking out my phone was like the last thing that I had in mind.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
How do
Yeah,
you
it happens.
how do you know if you're in shock? Were you in shock when you were on the 911 call?
Well, yeah, absolutely. But you got to take a breath,
Mm,
step back, and check yourself back into reality.
mm.
You know, it just happens. Otherwise, you got to relax. Otherwise, you won't be able to take control of what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I
You know,
probably can't deny that if I was in shock or not. I probably so, but I think I remember that so appreciative, like, wow, this is happening moment kind of thing.
right?
And yeah, but when it comes to the blood and all that,
You're one of those guys,
I think that's, yeah, yeah. Shame to admit, but yeah, I think so.
right? Right. It's
I,
okay.
but yeah,
It's not that big of a deal.
sorry, I'll let that sink in for a couple of days, but you were saying something about, because I asked you to like hold that thought, interrupted you again. Do you remember what you were trying to say?
No, God, no.
I know. So yeah, let's wrap it up and
That being said, again, that's a good ending point.
no,
You know
not
what sucks
really.
about that is it's gonna pop up later, and then I'm gonna be pissed because I forget. Yeah, it always happens.
Yeah, I feel bad though. No,
It's
I
okay.
don't know. Do I? I no, I feel like I should feel bad, but I don't really.
You don't feel like you missed out.
Not really. That's the thing. Does that mean I don't
That's
care?
I don't know,
I I,
but
f-
it
I, f-
is
I
weird.
but listen, I feel like I miss out now that I only get to see him once or twice a week. Definitely. This is like a long marathon that I'm playing now. But for me, that moment when they were in labor,
Mm.
that was a couple of hours of missing out. But this one is like
Well,
I feel like I'm missing out
let me ask you something.
the whole
I know
week.
we're trying to close out here, but at that particular moment in time in your relationship with her, were you guys in good terms or what?
Not really.
Okay, that's why.
But no, I wasn't like, no, I'm not gonna be there because I'm so upset at
No, no,
you. I wasn't pissed.
it had nothing to do with that.
Mm.
It's the fact that at that moment you do have a little bit of animosity towards her, but
No, wait. I should correct that. It wasn't that bad yet. It wasn't.
okay,
No,
all
not
right.
animosity is like a too big of a word to use for that moment. Maybe
Maybe
we had problems that I caused, but it
mm,
wasn't at that level where animosity would be used in such a way that it had nothing to do with her or the baby. It was really just like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's not my thing. I don't want to
maybe
be
that's what it is.
shocked
Maybe
by
it's
the
the fact that you didn't know what you were doing.
shocked by the blood. But
Yeah,
I did the whole driving thing. When the water broke, we rushed to the hospital. It was five, just like 6 o'clock, just at the moment where it was starting to get traffic. We went to
right,
two, three, four hospitals. Like in my area, they were all either closed or no OB-GYN, no doctor to take. Like, can you imagine like a hospital saying like we have nobody to take you in, like look for another hospital? So we went
right.
to another hospital, finally got in, found one, did the whole rushing to the hospital drive kind of.
Jeez, that's scary.
Yeah, hazard lights. Oh, this is another thing that I want to talk to you about sometime. Yeah, driving with hazard lights on, windows down,
Right.
passenger screaming beside me, hands out, driving with one hand on a manual truck. Not, yeah, I don't, I call it a truck, but it's not really a truck. Yeah,
Right.
so driving manual, getting to the hospital sort of thing. I felt like I did what I could.
Right.
I think I could be given a little leeway about the blood. That's all I'm
Okay.
asking. That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking for. Give me a break with
Maybe you just weren't. You just wasn't ready yet. Most likely. You know what I mean?
nah.
Because you knew your kid was coming, but maybe it kicked in that, oh shit, this is real. I'm a
I
dad.
No, no, not even. Not even. I had that like
Really?
I had that sitting in moment already when we found out that we were pregnant. But I should say that when you said about animosity and any problems with the relationship, matter of fact, the night before we were having a good time with like we were laughing about something about, oh no, because I was putting like a banana on the belly. So
Ah,
we were laughing about that at the Starbucks, and then on the way home we were laughing about how steep the roads were, about getting home from Tagaytay and that kind of thing. But I remember her her tummy started to hurt because she was laughing. So we kind of
right,
just took it lightly when she said that my tummy hurts. I think my water broke kind of thing.
right,
So
right.
it's like, like I was like, oh, push it back in. Maybe we are just hurting from the laughing the night before. So it wasn't really anyway. So yeah, so we were fine. That was that wasn't that wasn't too bad yet.
Right, right.
Um, but yeah, it was. I think it was really just the blood and the whole.
So it
Yeah,
that's it. It just freaked you out. That's it.
I don't want to admit that it freaked me out. I was just like, if somebody else can handle this, I think I would like to think that I would have been like you, that if nobody else would have been there, I would have had the presence of mind to, or the guts to do it because there's nobody else there. But since there was like an ocean of people here in the hospital that knew exactly what they were doing, you know, yeah.
Well,
But
that's an experience. You know what I mean?
having said that though, it almost sounds like if I can get away with it, I would.
Right.
And
I just I just can't help but feel that you that you missed out. I don't know. I just
I feel like I'm missing out now on the growing years, on the building character, the nightly routines, the study routines, the putting not even just the putting him to bed, but the like how to interact with the neighbors, how to make friends. That's the one that I'm
yeah.
missing out on, man. That's the one that keeps me awake and you know crying at night, so to speak, kind of thing. I mean, not the labor, not the birth. It's the
Can I ask? I know you're. I don't know if you're rushing or whatnot, but I don't know if this is a good time to get into it.
no.
But do you? How did it end? I know that you guys separated because years ago because of the situation with her. Okay, now how, I know you're new to visiting him every Saturday
Hold
and
on a
all that
second.
stuff.
Hold on. I have to not stop you there, but I want to make clear what do you mean by because of her? It's not like because not because
No,
of
no, no,
her.
no. You guys separated because I didn't mean to say it like that. I apologize. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
fault.
Because in case
Because of the problems that you guys have
right. Because
together.
in case she hears this, I don't want her to think that I'm blaming her for it,
No, 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 no. I apologize. I take that back. That's not what I meant. What I meant was
or if my son
you
hears
guys
this.
obviously it didn't work out because of both of you. It just
Mm,
didn't work out. But
mm.
it recently just started for you on your Saturday visits to him,
What do you mean it just
right?
started?
It recently just started, or how long ago did it start?
Oh, you mean when I started visiting?
Yeah.
Oh no, let's put it this way. When I finally like picked up my last, like my toothbrush and comb on the kind of thing, like the last bits. It took me about 2 or 3 months to start visiting again.
So you didn't visit him for that long,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
There
then
was a long time that, yeah, and then on top of that, the pandemic also hit.
but so you couldn't see him.
No, no, no. I actually got myself, well, quote unquote, like stuck in there. Um, yeah, yeah, and then but I was, so in other words, I was already in visiting terms.
Right.
Just when it was the pandemic. Does that answer
Why?
your?
Why only one day a week?
Oh, okay. So before, when I would visit, I would stay for a couple of days, maybe a week, that kind of thing. And then when the pandemic hit, I was there for about a month, 2, 3 months before we could, like, lockdown, can't get out.
Right.
And then now it's just, and then before, I was making it rain. I had a lot of cash. I would just rent a car to get there because I don't have my own car right now, right? And then now, just practically speaking, with a motorcycle, it's just 1 or 2 days a week because of the distance, and that I don't feel comfortable sleeping over there anymore.
Right. No, but yeah, but one.
Um,
So one or twice a week, you'd go drive over an hour one way to see.
2 hours to get there, 2 hours to get back, and then on top of that, she's also like, like I didn't want to intrude, or I don't want to impose that I'd be there
Mm,
every day or what. I kind of also asked the mother, if and when I can swing by. I mean, I
right.
don't, I mean, I know that I have more rights, so to speak, but
Right. Right.
it's like I don't want to make it more stressful than it already is. I was still like, what do you want? When?
Right.
When can I go? So it was kind of like,
I
like,
mean,
like,
that's the problem, though. I don't think that it should be up.
let
At,
me say, let me say this. If I know that, I could push my rights for like 50-50 kind of thing, be there
right.
50% of the week kind of thing, but it's also like I said, it's also impractical. I'm at that stage right now where yeah, that's just
Does he
I,
ever stay with you?
not allowed.
Not allowed.
Yeah. I yeah, I think I can say this. I don't think I can even take him out of the house or the subdivision. But it's no big deal because my son also is not like, hey, let's go out. Like, why don't you take me out? Like, he's also not like,
Right.
I think we have a healthy enough relationship, me and my son, that we don't really worry about like, going to a theme park or the mall or anything like that. It was like, it's cool that we just hang out at home and talk, and quality. I think it's good quality time. I think it's okay. It's good where it is. Like, I mean, of course I would rather have more time,
Yeah.
but like, does that make sense? Like, it's fine the way it is. It's like,
I mean, yeah. No, I understand.
like if I
I
if I if I take him here, if I take him out, how,
I just
if I take him for the weekend, um, like, how am I going to take him here? Do I rent a car? Do I borrow somebody's car? Do I borrow her car? And it kind of gets complicated. It just makes simpler and more straightforward sense if I just go there, visit, and then go home.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. I just had a image flash of me being in that situation with my daughter. Man,
Yeah.
you're a lot stronger than I am. I'll tell you that much because
Right.
I can't.
Compare that to the labor, right? That's what I mean. It's like
No,
it,
no, no, no. Labor or schmabor, whatever. But
no, that's
it's
that's how I kind of see it.
no.
Uh, I gotta
This is why I'm saying I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I got to get this out. This You are by far a much stronger person than I am in regards to that because or
thank you.
patient for that matter because I had a brief flash of that situation happening to me and my
Mm,
daughter. It just kind of pictured it in my head. And to be honest with you, for a split
mm,
second right here, I'm like forcing myself to stop from tearing down.
Oh shit.
It's not even funny. I mean, like my eyes got really heavy, and
I gotta tell you this
because
one.
I can't I can't imagine being in the situation that you are with your son. I
Uh,
can't. I don't.
Thank
I
you.
don't
I
think I have the
appreciate that.
willpower, or you're a much stronger person that, to be honest, I thought you are. And I commend you for that.
Here's a tissue.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Okay. In the I remember thinking, during labor, I think I remember one of the thoughts went by something like this, and it sounds like a joke, but there's labor that I'm missing out on that you were saying. And then I remember sort of thinking to myself that it's okay because I know that this is like a marathon.
Yeah.
I know that I might have missed out on just like what you were saying that or what I'm saying that I might have missed out on the labor itself, but I mean I wasn't in the operating room, but I was in the you know what I do miss out on? There were already times that we were separating. I missed out on his first steps.
Oh.
I
Oh
got
my God.
I still got the tissue. I'll use it. Let's just
Thanks, man.
share this one.
No, I can't.
No, but that's the one that I miss out on. Not the labor, but the actual first steps.
Yeah.
But funny enough, somebody was able to take, I think, the actual first steps. He was trying to reach out for the TV remote.
Wow.
So it was nice to at least get to see that on video.
Wow. Yeah. Not to rain on your thing here, but I actually caught a recording of my daughter taking her first steps towards me.
Was it
Like her
you?
first steps over. Yeah.
You took the video?
I took the video. So
Okay.
I was playing at 9 months, and no, at 9 months old, 9.5 months old. I was
Mm.
playing with her in her playpen. I don't know why. I decided, let me put the phone down here. And then I put her at the other end. Like, come to that. Come to.
Mm, mm,
And
mm,
then
mm,
she
mm.
just took like 4 steps towards me. And I was like, melted. I'm melted. I kid you not. Not to in the moment, but I cried like a little bitch in the playpen. I did. I mean, one
Yeah.
thing you should know about me, I don't cry. I don't cry. I'm not an emotional person like that. But when
Yeah.
that happened, holy crap. Niagara Falls. It's
Yeah.
it's it's
You're
like
like,
I keep watching the video. I have it on my phone.
I
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, no, no. My closest moment to that was when he lifted his head up for the first time,
Mm,
which was even a bigger deal, right?
right,
Not just the first step, but the fact that he can lift his head up you know, from the pillow, like from like being a vegetable, basically.
right.
That's a significant moment where because like the thing that I didn't realize, and I guess it's a good thing that I didn't know, that there's so many things that can go wrong between 0 to like how many months, right? There
Yeah,
could
absolutely. It takes a split second. That's
Yeah.
it.
No, no, not just something wrong like an accident, but that you don't know 100% yet. Even the hospitals don't know 100% yet, like even if they run all these tests, that if
Right,
there could be something wrong somewhere.
right.
and
No,
and
I understand what you're saying.
and I think I also, I guess shed a tear when when he lift up his head, in a sense that we he's gonna be all right. Like we're at least 98, 99% sure now that he's able to lift up his head, that he's healthy, that he's good. Like
Right.
didn't realize that there's so many things that can go wrong. Like
It's
I
it's scary, because time time goes by so fast and
yeah,
whatnot at the young age that you gotta keep an eye on them, and when something happens wrong, sometimes even the doctor doesn't know what it is. It's crazy, you know.
yeah, and they have
But
to run all these tests to
yeah,
experiment, and
One thing I'm a
Check.
little afraid of, to be honest with you, I don't know if there's a term for it. I'm always constantly wanting to see my daughter. I literally want to hang out with her. I know it's a good thing,
Yeah.
but it can't be a healthy thing, you know? And
Helicopter dad.
yeah, in my computer, in my phone, it's all me and her in the cover everywhere.
Yeah.
I want to see her all the time. When I'm at work, I kid you not, I'm not even kidding. I have her on FaceTime through my laptop, and she's just there here at home watching her videos or playing while the
Right.
FaceTime is on, and I'm at the other side of it at work. I think separation anxiety type of thing,
Yeah.
and
I don't know.
it's
No, but yeah,
I don't
just
know. I can't stand not being with her.
you remind me of my son. Sometimes there was a time that he was still allowed to video call me, and then
Oh,
because the idiot, like hides and pretends that he's calling me on video call, and then ends up playing video games. Of course, the mother is
oh
going to get upset and take
yeah,
the phone away from him. But
yeah,
back before he started doing that, he'd video call me, and then like, "Hey, Dad," and then he just put the phone on the side, and I was like, "What the like?"
Uh,
What's going on with this kid? He'd call me, but he'd just hang out. He'd play video games on the side.
yeah. It's awesome though.
And then if I'm doing something else or I'm not looking at his video game, he's like, "Hey, Dad, where are you going?"
Exactly. They
We're not
start bitching like,
we're, we're not talking about anything. I can probably go there and get a cup of coffee, right? Like, no, stay here, watch my game.
yeah, yeah,
So that's where I realized, like, we might not be. I'm not teaching him like life lessons or anything heavy like that, but just the hanging out is it's such a big deal for him.
yeah. Same thing. My daughter's only 2; she's about to turn 3, but it's the exact same thing. It's just being there, knowing that at the other side, basically.
Right, right, right. Just knowing
Yeah,
that you're there. So again, uh, thank you for recognizing, the strength that it takes,
yeah.
but I gotta also bring it up because I had the opposite experience. Me being the son of my father, my dad,
Mm,
and not to talk shit on him and whatever, but it was just what happened. Like I didn't um, they had their own priorities back in the 80s or
yeah,
70s and 80s when I was born. And, they were both like managers and busy and that kind of thing. So it wasn't,
right.
I was, I guess, last on the list, sort of, kind of.
It's
Um,
just a different generation back
yeah,
there where the
different than.
prioritization's off.
So to sort of answer I know you didn't ask the question, but I think that's where the strength sort of comes from in the sense
Got it.
that, I don't want that to sort of happen
Yeah, yeah.
to my son. And like I
Well,
said, like from the beginning I knew that it was a marathon, so I could miss that first starting line, the first day, the
yeah.
Labor Day, but I just knew that from then on it was going to be a long race. So
Well,
that's
I commend you for it, man. It's not easy. It's a heavy thing to deal with, and you are a lot stronger than what I thought. I'll give you that much. One love.
I'll
Peace.
I'll take that, man. I'll take that. I appreciate that coming from you.
Well, that being said, hope we didn't deter you guys again from like listening or watching. Uh, we
But
truly appreciate it.
before we wrap up, maybe I could share a couple of things with you about this sort of video thing so we can sort of end it on a not lighter note,
Yeah,
but not on
yeah,
such a sappy thing. So I've been doing the super secret vlogs, and then I've come to realize that, like workouts and stuff and motorcycle vlogging is not like my whole thing. And so I tried to like maybe like research on anyway, so some of the things that maybe you and I maybe want to talk about or what.
right.
Uh, Gosh, I don't know how this is going to where I'm trying to go with this, but anyway, forget that long intro. I've been like sort of dipping my nose into some like dad vlogs lately, like 15 life lessons every dad should teach their kids kind of thing. So I was
Oh,
wondering if
come on, dude. Come on. What the fuck? Seriously?
okay, I guess
Jesus.
that's not going to work with you.
No, hell no. It needs to come naturally,
Yeah.
not forced, not
No,
studied,
no,
naturally.
no. Gosh, I
No,
lost.
no. Fuck. Being a dad for dummies. No, we're not going there.
Now I don't remember where I was trying to go. Such a long fucking introduction. I don't know where it was going.
That says right there that it's not worth it. Do
Yeah.
do not go there. Do not go there.
No,
Back up.
no.
Back up.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Freak. Hi, what a way to end it. Gosh, now I won't be
Yes.
able to sleep. I don't know where I was trying to go with that.
I don't know.
Well, maybe just sort of reflecting on the stuff to talk about that, hopefully my videos will be for my son, that kind of blah, blah, blah kind of
Well,
thing.
that if you're trying to go there, that's a bad thing to talk about right now because
No, not for this podcast, but for just, I
I'm
guess,
not talking about that either. But in general, to be talking about that, it's too early, dude. You're 40 years old, 44, 42, 44. How old are you?
44, I think last time I checked.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Don't even think about it that way.
No, okay. Yeah, maybe just being over dramatic because I got such limited time. I'm trying to figure out like what's the best thing and
Limited time. Okay. All right, bro.
no, hanging out,
Whatever.
want to make sure that it's quality over quantity, kind of seeing the guy. But yeah,
Mm.
you end up throwing it out the window in a sense that, as long as I'm spending time with the guy, I think that's what's most important. And
Not
and and,
to
and
not to ruin your parade, but that last statement there sounded really gay.
what are you talking about? Spending time?
The way it came out, bro. The way it
In,
came out.
well, I'll have to rewind the tape and see how I said it, but I was thinking that's how, didn't you hear that thing where that's how kids spell love? It's not Love, but it's Time. Eh.
Oh. Oh. Hmm.
Yeah. So you're right. I mean, it's not something that I would shove down their throats like 15 things that, dad should.
See, now you're giving me something to think about. That's actually pretty good. I like that.
Okay, this is what I know. Um, and I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm lecturing, but I just really try to be interested in what he's, like interested in him, like in his world. Like instead of me, like exactly what you're saying, like throw it out the window because I don't want to impose any lessons on him right now. And I'm just like, so what are you interested in? What are you like video games are you playing right now? You're trying to hide the tears.
No, no.
What's up? What's going on?
It's you drive me crazy with this shit, man.
Is
His
that
his life derives through yours.
what do you mean?
A child's life derives or reflects on how it's going to be based on how the parents paved the pathway.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Am I making point there? No.
Right. But are you
I'm
speak are you meant are you talking about something specific about what we're
about
doing
you
or
saying that you try to be interested in what he's
okay.
interested in, and asking him stuff about it and all that.
Okay. Yeah,
Let,
because
let, let me dumb it down. Let it be natural. Natural. Let it flow. You don't have, if you
no,
keep asking what you're interested in, it's going to come out like you're trying to butt into what their
no,
life is or what they're
no,
doing.
I really am interested.
Okay. All
And
right.
on the flip side,
On the,
I felt like when I was growing up, and I think it would have really helped me if my parents were more interested in the stuff that I was interested in, or at
yeah.
least curious.
Right.
It's like instead of you're interested in theater. Why are you? That's cool. What's
Yeah.
fun about being in theater? Like, oh, are you auditioning for any roles right now, or anything that I can watch you in? Like, Yeah, there was a little bit of that, but not really. It was more like theater. How are you going to make
Right.
money off of theater? Like, what's your career path? It's like not criticizing, but like questioning. So, you know how they say, your parents' voices becomes your voice when you're an adult. So a lot of the second thoughts, not believing in myself kind of thing, it's not really my voice. It could be my parents' voice from before. It's like, are you sure about what you're doing? How are you going to make money off of what you're trying to get into? Radio? Is there a career in radio? But not that they were discouraging, they weren't also encouraging, and they also weren't interested. So, not necessarily to put blame, it's just what it is. And I'm just thinking that in my shoes, it would have been nice to have been to have if I was joking to you about you not getting any pictures when you were young,
Right.
the joke is on me that my parents weren't interested in what I was into. So
Ah,
they weren't
touche.
so they weren't taking enough pictures. But kidding aside, Jay, your time and mine, people didn't have cameras all the time.
Correct.
And
You know.
there's always earthquake and fire and natural calamity that'll lose all the photos. So
Yep.
goes both ways
Jesus,
actually.
that was dark. That was you went dark pretty quick there.
No, no, no. I mean, I'm just taking back my joke about
I
you
know. I know.
not being interesting enough to be taking photos of. I mean,
Yeah.
same with me. I think I just happen to have a lot of childhood photos because we traveled a lot.
People cared about you.
No, 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 because we traveled a lot, and these were places that we would just probably go there for the first time and never come back. So we were
Right.
actually
Right.
taking pictures of the place, and I just happened to be in the photograph,
Oh,
not
shut
because.
that. Jesus Christ, dude. You know what? That's it. We're done. Thanks, guys.
See you in the
Well, I
next
hope you guys
episode.
enjoyed the show. We'll catch you on the next recording here on the flip side. But yeah, we'll catch you the next time on the flip side with Jay and Noel. I'm Jay.
My name is Noel.
See you guys later.
On the flip side.
Two guys, two worlds. This is the flip side. New episodes uploaded on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify every week on Wednesday and Saturday.